TDNN Tri3 model, accuracy word error rate was on 30% or plus. Now it is because of TDNN, it is 15%. Such a great reduction in word error rate. Therefore, TDNN is essential, which means we need to use a Google Cloud. Therefore, we need to get used to it. I know that I am facing some problems and issues and things. I'm learning on the process. That we are all learning together. So let us take this as an experience, a first level, first shot experience of using Google Cloud for Kaldi. And when we have to go back and we have to repeat this at our own lab for our database. So what are the resources that are required for such a situation for a new language, and where should they be placed? What should be in the format is something that we need to learn. Some of us will help in making a list of those resources and where should be placed and so on. Jagadabandhu team, I request them to make a list after the workshop, because then till then they will also be busy, and then we will go home and reduplicate our efforts from here. End of my comment.
Thank you, sir.
Now I will request participants, if they have any doubt in yesterday's TDNN building, they can ask now. We have resumed all the GPU processors in the cloud. So CC sir is here. Even Shruti ma'am will join shortly. They will clarify your doubts. Whatever.
So I think only group 6 has finished the TDNN training so far. So other 9 groups, so whatever issues you have, so maybe you can put the last 10 lines of your errors in the chat box. So maybe I think so Jagbandhu, Shishir and me can look into it and give some inputs. And also others also, if you have faced a similar error and you have solved it, so please share yours, so it will be helpful for everybody.
Yeah, Shruti ma'am, I'm from group 9.
So instead of sending in the WhatsApp, now can you please share in the chat box?
I would like to present the window. Can you please just have a look?
Yes, please.
So ma'am, here I'm getting some error actually.
Yeah. So as you can see here, no, run.pl, there is job failed. If everybody is able to see, there only. Probably you can just highlight that line so that everybody will be able to see that.
Shruti ma'am, 1 second.
Huh.
Okay, before that, actually, what I'm going to tell is that, in Kaldi, because once you train a model, you will get, obviously, you will get error. Okay, so there is no like perfect thing. Like only once time you will get the everything correct. So what we need to learn is that how to actually debug that. So that is more important while building the model. Anything from PyTorch or maybe TensorFlow in Kali. So that we should learn actually now how to debug the code. So in that now, so Shruti can show actually. So you, in the terminal, you will see something called error or maybe error in the run PL, that something you will see. So that we need to identify where that exactly error is. And Kaldi will show the error thing in which log file they have put the error. So everything they will see. So Shruti, you can carry on.
Yeah. So I think, can you just highlight that line so that everybody can see? If everybody is able to see run.pl, job failed, log is in exp chain tdnn1a underscore sp. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Log train dot 0 dot 1 dot log is there. So this is saying that the training has failed, and for which reason to find out what is the reason. So you have to go into this particular log file, and you have to find out. So maybe, ma'am, you can do cat. You just copy that from exp. Uh, on the terminal, that exp, that path you can just copy, ma'am. Copy that, and you please do cat, and you space, and you press that path.
I have to reconnect with my Google account, right?
And that might also be the reason, because yesterday we stopped the Google account in the night. So if your training was going on or till then, it might be the issue. But let us see if we can see.
Yeah. So
No, you are in a different terminal.
I have to
Yeah,
reconnect.
reconnect, I think. Yes, yes.
Oh, you're in your local terminal, I think. No?
Yeah, yeah.
I think they have resumed all the instances now, I think.
Okay.
So maybe. Ma'am, or is it in triple IT DWD? Okay.
CD.
Actually, I would like to apologize. My system is getting hanged, so it's getting kind of slow.
Okay. Oh, okay, no problem. No.
No issue. No issue. If anyone else also faced same problem, they can also share their screen.
I think Sajal also he has sent an message in WhatsApp, I think.
I have a doubt.
Yeah, please tell me.
Yes,
Yes, and
in
please go
the
ahead.
data folder, can you just help me with which files are not made to be there? Because yesterday we ran the code, but we were facing some kind of error. So now I'm again running the code. So it's saying that data slash train clean 5 is there. So I remove that, and then it's saying data clean 5 SP hires is also there. So it doesn't need that. So I'm removing that also. So what are
Okay.
these files for actually when we run the
No,
code?
no. Actually, why you're getting that is, so initially, like when we got this cloud account, so we put all our files there, and we started the training. So just to check that whether the TDA, whether on cloud we could do this TDNN training. So later, when the training was started, what we did is we just stopped the training, and then we cloned different instances, like for all the groups, right? 10 or 12 groups. So we cloned all the instances. So since the training was stopped in the middle, and the same code was cloned onto all different instances, so that's why when you run, you will be getting that this folder is already there. And what happens in Kaldi is generally, so it will check like whether a particular MFCC or a particular thing is done. So if it is done, it will not continue with doing the same thing again. It will give you a warning, so saying that this is already done. Do you want to do, if you want to do it, so you have to delete that folder, or you have to skip that stage. Okay, so that's why you keep getting that warning. So in that case, what you can do is you can either skip the stage, and since it is already done, go on to the next part of the code, or else you can delete that what it has been generated, and you can continue from the continue with the code, means let it do the same thing again, and move on. So these are the two things you can do. So that's what yesterday I told, no. So that SP hires, SP train underscore clean underscore 5 underscore SP and SP hires. These are the two things that will be generated in the run I vector file. So that is your speed perturb data, and other is like 40 dimension MFCCs. So since these two were already there when we first ran the TDNN code, so you are facing that problem. So you can either delete that folder and make your program do all that again, or you can just skip there is a stage variable there, right? So you can just see the stage and you can do that. And ma'am, if you can see here, it is saying no CUDA capable device is detected. Maybe you can highlight that so that everybody can see that error. You can highlight the line which says error.
Error.
I think just above the stack trace. So here it is saying no CUDA GPU is detected. So that means maybe the instance was stopped and this training was going on and CUDA was not available. So when the GPU is not available, so it gives this error.
Okay, so should I run? From
Yeah. So now since I think it has stopped.
Stop at initial position only.
Yeah,
because
it has
0
stopped
dot
at initial position only, no? So what you can do is, so in your run underscore TDNN script, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can comment that I vector thing. Now I vector thing is not required, and in the stage variable you can set it to the training stage. I think the training stage is stage 16. I think. Yeah.
This also ma'am we can show them actually now how
Yeah.
they can like do this one. No?
Yeah. So if you come here, go to this run underscore I vector is there, no? Go above that line. Just go up. Here and okay. Just give enter there. I think you have to press insert. You have to press I.
Yeah. Now, if I is also not.
Now it should be okay, right? And no, that I is also there. I think you can delete that I.
Oh my God.
Okay. So just no. It's okay, no problem. So just press enter. It will go to the next line. Yeah. Then go one line above. And I type what I have typed here. So for commenting in shell, you will first, this is the start thing. COM. Then just come down. You will see one line as echo one. No man. Okay. Here you type. COM. Okay, so see now your I vector run underscore I vector common is commented. So that means if you run this program, it will not run. Okay, and just come down and just verify that the stage number of the TDNN training. So just come down.
ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಟು ಮೀ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಇಮ್ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ನಾನು ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಇಮ್ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ವಾಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಐ 50-100 ವರ್ಷ ಬಿಟ್ಟರು ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಐ ಧಾರವಾಡ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನು 10 ವರ್ಷ 20 ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ರೆ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಯಾರು ದೀಪಕ್ ಯಾರು ನೋಡ್ಲಿ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ವರ್ಕ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಬೆಟರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅದು ಬೆಳೆದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಸಾಕತ್ತೆ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಫಿಲಾಸಫಿ ಅದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ತಾನೆ ನಾವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋದು ಅದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ನಾನು ಸಿ ಐಮ್ ಅಫ್ರೈಡ್ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಬೇಜಾರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತಾರೆ
one minute, you can stop 1 minute, stop scrolling. So you can see here, ma'am, you can see here the stage is 16, right, for training. So this is the command which will do the training. So it will call the steps nntree chain train.py from here. So from here the training begins. So here you can see the line, the stage number is 16. So what you have to do is go to the starting of the file now. You will find one variable.
Stage.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Just below that. I think you have to come. Yeah, come down, ma'am. Like you can see that stage is 0.
Oh my god.
No, it's okay. Now
No,
you go
actually,
little up.
system is lagging, so it is taking like.
And yeah, it's okay. It's okay. No problem. Here you make it 16, ma'am.
Microphone is on.
Oh my god, this is something.
Yeah, I think now you can save it. Escape colon WQ. You can add exclamatory. Read only option is there.
Should I add exclamatory
Do
mark?
sudocat.
Sudo you should.
So just put escape colon Q.
We need
Escape
to put a colon or that no.
colon Q. Enter.
No.
So
One
you
second.
have
One second. We need to put colon. Okay. You put
Yes.
this one. I'm doing this.
WQ override, I think, exclamatory.
This one. You put.
Okay.
Exclamation because this is in read-only file. That's why.
So enter.
Hello.
Q then exclamatory. Q then exclamatory, not WQ.
Just Q exclamatory.
Yeah. Colon Q exclamatory.
WQ it will
Enter,
change,
yeah.
save the changes. I think only Q it won't save the changes.
Now you open through sudo permission.
Yeah, that is better actually.
Okay,
Open
give
to
me a sudo and.
Write sudo su. Sudo space su. Enter. Now you write that dhim run underscore tdn and whatever. Same thing you just
Okay, sir.
type. Bhim.
Oh my.
Bhim.
You can make the same changes, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Hello. Can I
Hello.
ask something?
Yes.
Yes. So in my case, I have to skip the stage 2. So should I comment the stage 2, or the actual practice is to just make the stage variable equal to 3? What is
For
the... I have to avoid the stage 2 because that step has already been done.
done. Okay. Stage two.
So yes,
You
in
Okay,
can.
you
the
can
I
skip the
vector.
stage 3, I think, no?
Sorry.
Shishir, I think he can keep in stage 3, I think. So
Yes.
this
Yes.
is,
Yes.
I think he
No.
is telling about SP hires in the run ivector common.sh, no? I
One
think
check.
that,
Let me check. Stage three is where?
can you just share your screen
Oh,
so that,
in iVector script, right? Okay. Okay.
huh,
Yes, in I
Okay.
vector. It
Okay.
says
huh,
that that file already is there. So
Yeah, you can skip
yeah,
that then.
I'll make the stage variable equal to 3.
huh,
So
okay,
it will run from 3, right?
huh,
Yes.
huh.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Actually, my system, I don't know, till yesterday it was not so bad, but today something has gone wrong. I don't know.
And that's
I,
okay, ma'am. You can
no,
just
ma'am.
do the changes,
Yes,
and you can
get
see
back.
that it should be running fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
because
Yes.
now the instances have been running, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
it should not be a
Okay.
problem.
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
I'll try that again. I'll
Ha
get
ha.
back. Okay. Thank
Okay.
you, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you,
Ha ha.
sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Ha ha. Ha.
May
Sajjad.
I?
Ha ha. Ha. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. So I paste that scheme because there are after 64 or 6% suddenly it stopped. Hello.
Yeah,
6%.
you can
Yes.
just open that file now.
Yeah, I open this file.
Or
Cat
this your file you open. Okay.
log file.
No.
Can you just come down? Let us see what is the error.
Oh, that NVIDIA SMI that
Fail to allocate
exclusive
a
mode.
memory.
Exclusive mode they need to
Ha
say.
ha. So yeah, this is the command you have to try.
No. Wait, Ravi, wait.
Oh,
Before
okay,
that,
okay, okay. Ha.
let's show them like where it is there. Okay, sir, can you go up? Up. Yes. Okay, fine. Now, here one line is there. Warning. Maybe it is this line. Warning and a tree chain. Yes. This one. Yes. You can see here. Not in compute exclusive mode. Suggestion to use NVIDIA SMI -3 3. So if you do this one, then it will put that GPU in exclusive mode. Then you can run that code. So maybe we can try putting this command in terminal. Now you can copy that and we can run that.
Yeah, this command, this.
This one, NVIDIA SMI -3 C.
I'll type in the chat box once again.
Yeah, that will be better.
Shishir Samudravijay here. Can I
Sir, yes, sir.
seek some help? Can I share or oh no, somebody is sharing. Okay.
Okay.
Shishir, I will paste the error message on your private WhatsApp.
Oh yes, sir. Actually we need to use sudo, sir. Sudo NVIDIA SMI. It requires root privilege.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, sir.
Sir, that means I have to delete those previous file because previously.
No. We'll start from that checkpoint. That means already you build one intermediate model. So we'll start from that intermediate model. We'll not redo everything.
So I can run this.
Yes, I can run this. Okay, now all set. It will compute to exclusive mode. Yes. Now we need to edit your code.
So you need to check. I think you need to go to the TDNN folder and see which model is generated.
Yes.
Do cd exp chain
Change.
chain CHAIN. I'll just
Okay. Underscore.
no
Space.
this one. You're going to that folder, so you need to type exp/chain.
Oh, sorry.
I think chain / you do this TDNN and press tab. Try pressing tab. Okay. So enter ls. Now you can see 0.mdl is the initial model. Okay, and
yes.
After that you will see different models here. So if you see your 91.mdl 397.mdl is completed. Can you see here in the 1 to 4th column? Can you see?
Yeah, this one.
4th column? No, not that. 4th column.
4th column.
4th column, 2nd line.
Yes.
Okay. So and in your in your run.tdnn script, if you set the stage as 397, so then it should start taking from 397.
Okay.
Right, Shishir?
Yes. You can give that stage to that number.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in your run, you can open that run underscore tdnn.sh.
Using cat.
Yeah. Vim. I think, okay. First you go back to S5 directory, cd // slash. One more time you go back.
CD.
No. I'll type this.
Type dot slash.
Type / 2 times.
No,
Another
wait.
time.
Wait.
Okay, fine.
Wait. Because if I tell like that, then it will not any learning, no. So, sir, actually, you are in the exp. Okay, now in that exp folder you are. So now we have to go to the S5 folder. So
Okay.
now you need to go back by one time. Yes. So one time. So if you give slash, so you will go one time. So if you give two times, then it will go to folder back.
And only
Like that.
CD means home direct.
Yes. Okay. Change directory. So change directory to one step or two step like that.
Actually, first time using na every comment in
Yeah.
my mind. So
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So okay, but now sudo and you open that run underscore tdnn vi space vi space that run underscore tdnn dot is
run underscore
tdnn
dot sh.
sh dot sh. So here go above.
I have to put I.
Yes, correct.
Only
inserting. Only
I have to change any stage or
no. I think it's okay. Just come down. Just comment that iVector folder. Sorry, iVector line there. Come down.
Just the trend stage you have to change, no, Shruti?
Train stage he has given 16. No, I think let it.
No, minus 10 it is. It is minus 10. You see that LSTM chain options is coming, no? Just
Okay. Yes. You keep it as 367.
here.
Here.
It's correct, no?
That minus. 367 only, no?
Is it, sir?
Because that was the thing
Hello?
we saw, no? 367.mdl.
Yes. That 360.
So yeah, come down.
But that stage we have changed, na, to 16.
Yeah.
No? We did, no? Okay. 67 or 97?
Oh, okay.
I also
What?
forgot.
And 397. 397.
97,
Sorry.
na? Yes. Sorry. We have to
Just
forget.
go back and make it 397.
It's like short time memory loss.
Yes.
One minute. Write COM there. No.
Here in after date.
COM you write. Go up. Up means still more go. Now stop. There you write that that commenting part. Okay.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Now?
Come down. And that, and one minute. In that original lang, come down. And there is some parameter, no? Original _ lang.
Original. Carmen?
Come down. No, you're going up, no? Come down. One. Again, come down. Can you see there? Original.
Yeah.
So make that to lang _NOSP _test _TG small.
TG.
TG small.
Small.
Yeah. SMALL. Okay. You can come. Yeah, I think it should be fine. Okay. Sir, one more thing. You just go up instead of 16. So you can make it as 13. Instead of 16, you can make it as 13. So I think there in 13 you will have all that again building tree and all, right? 13. Then save this file.
Save means
escape.
colon.
Escape. Colon. WQ.
WQ or only Q?
Q. No, WQ.
Okay, enter. Yes.
Yeah. So I think now you can run. Chakabandhu, when is at what time we have Rajat session today? I think
11.
11, no? Okay.
Can I take some help?
Yes, sir.
Can I start sharing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, not this flow, not this one. Right. No, this one. Yeah. Okay. Yesterday it stopped at 219, so I set the stage as 218. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I set the stage as 218, and still I'm getting various kinds of errors. So can you have a look at the TDN and shell script, whether I have made changes correctly? This is what I've done. Shall I edit?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
you can show the script or
I'll show the script. So now let me start from the beginning. Okay. Page I put 16. Is that all right?
Yes.
15 means it will start your training.
Training, yes, because
training.
it started training halfway. got
Okay,
into.
okay, sir.
So let me go to train stage. Train stage is 218. Is that all right?
Sir.
Okay.
So
Next,
these are the last MDL files, sir.
219 dot this thing.
219
is
dot
fine.
raw was there, no?
Right.
Okay, sir.
Actually, there was
Okay,
397 dot raw, but that didn't run somehow. So I started running yesterday. It stopped at 219 dot raw is there. Therefore, train stage is 218. That is fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, please help me with the comms where what are the other changes that I need to. I'm just going ahead. I commented run I vector. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Up to
sir.
here. This is commented.
Okay, sir.
Fine. Now, let me go ahead. And another commenting begins for the fish SCP.
Sir, if you can just change that original lang, sir. If you can
Original.
just go
Yeah.
go up, sir. There are
Yeah. Original language around line number, stage number.
no, line number is
So just
I think 95, sir.
95 1 minute.
Yes, this one. Just
You,
after that, sir. Yes, yes.
you can come little down.
93, 95,
96 then, sir.
96.
Original
What should it be?
It should be lang underscore NOSP underscore test
Okay, 1 minute. So I'll add underscore.
test
Uh,
test TESP underscore TG small.
SMALL.
SMAL.
Done? Okay.
Sir.
What else? Shall I
That's
go down? No? Because some comments are there.
Okay, here again.
Comment begins. Fish.scp will not be there.
Okay. Yeah.
Fish.scp will not be there. To fish.scp, it began comment and ends up to here. And the next stage is 16.
Okay, sir.
Is that fine? This 16 is fine?
Sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, but
Yeah.
okay. Now, is there anything else that I need to do somewhere down? Some other change? Hopefully not. Shall I run it?
No.
Yes, sir.
So I'll save
Run it,
this.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Save this and let me run it. Sudo /run underscore pd and then .shell. That's it.
Oh, again error.
Again error.
Again error.
Sir, you should initialize even layers, sir. You should start from stage number 15. It is not taking network parameters. They will be called configs. One file will be there, sir.
I think config is already there, or that initial time. Okay.
But we are running it again, sir. So we need
No.
to.
One time.
But it is commented here.
That should be uncommented.
So I'll.
Okay. First time it was not running.
Yes.
Okay. Because of running that network. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
you can uncomment it, sir.
Uncomment. Yes.
Yes, sir. There.
There.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. And we have to run from stage 15, sir.
15.
15 stage you have to set 15.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Fine. This okay. Now 1 minute. Yeah. So I'll save this. And okay, it's 11 o'clock. Let's run. We can continue with that. Okay. Top failed. Anyway, we'll see later.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
That is a different error. Again, we need to check that.
Okay, yeah, it's 11 o'clock. Let us do the. I'll stop sharing. Okay.
Sir,
No,
sir, can
it's
you
okay, sir.
share the code again?
What do you want to go to code? VI. Okay.
Sir, can you send that?
And also the log file also, can you just
maybe you can in WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I can't redirect to log, so I have to copy paste. Is that all right?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So what should I do now?
Actually, in that log file you got, no sir, that in the terminal.
No, those are old ones.
That is old one. Okay.
I don't know how I got this, but I
no,
couldn't redirect it.
Here, sir, exp chain train.218.4.log.
That one.
Oh, that. Oh, okay. This file. I'll send it. I'll attach it and send it to you. Can I have to copy paste because I can't attach. Okay.
Yes, sir. Copy paste.
Okay, I'll do that and I'll stop presenting. Okay. It's 11 o'clock. We'll see later. Thanks.
Okay.
I think, Sajal sir, you can just delete that final.mdl because it says that already final.mdl file is there in that tree folder. Maybe you can just delete and proceed again.
So how to delete?
Just you can do this.
RM.
Yes.
You have to go to that folder and do RM.
Okay.
This one. Jagabandhu, from when next session will start?
Yeah, now only next session will start. I think Rajat is here.
Yes, fine. Yes.
Hi everyone, morning.
Yeah, good morning, Rajat.
Morning.
Maybe over to you. Now you can start your session.
Sure. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, I think everyone can see my screen now. So yeah, basically yesterday we touched upon how do we get the data, how do we acquire the data in our infra, and I think most of the people were able to download the data sets on the GCP bucket using the data acquisition pipeline we have. So we'll go further on that, and basically we'll start spinning up our infra basically for the data acquisition pipeline. So for the intelligent data pipeline, which is the next step after that. So as we know that it involves multiple steps. We briefly discussed about that yesterday, like sampling rate and all these things. Beyond that as well, there are some other things that we do like data analysis and transcriptions. So so that's the theory session right now. So I'll discuss about that in brief, and then we'll do the hands-on session from where we left yesterday. Okay, so for the data analysis, what we do, we primarily do three things. Language identification we do language gender identification, and we also do the speaker clustering. What it means is we find the speakers that are there in our source, and we try to map a hypothetical speaker name to particular small utterance, basically small like 15 seconds, 0 to 15 seconds utterances that we generate. We try to assign a speaker name, arbitrary speaker name to that, so that when we create our data set, we can filter out, or we can basically balance our data based on the number of speakers and all. So primary thing that we are doing is basically we are using voice encoder, which actually takes this MEL spectrogram as an input, and it creates embeddings basically, which we further use for classification and clustering purpose. So basically we're using tool which is Resembler. So Resembler basically is kind of a implementing this voice encoder model paper, I would say, that was published earlier. So it is actually implementing it and extracting the feature out of the MEL spectrogram and creating the vectors, embedding vectors. We are saving that embedding vectors in the GCP buckets as well as a part of our data pipeline. And then on that, we perform gender classification and speaker clustering using the same file, vector file that we create, embedding file that we created. So that is,
yeah, Rajat, just I missed that point. What this voice encoder using Resembler, what it is doing?
Yeah, so actually this is actually converting like this. This is a spectrogram, right? So it extracts out the features based on the similarity based. So it runs it over the LSTM neural network, and then based on the cosine similarity, it finds out some clusters within it. So similarity matrix it forms. So that we are calling as embeddings. Basically, we get the embeddings out of this voice encoder using this Resembler. So
is it like K clustering which we use in ML?
Sorry, which?
Is it like clustering? K means clustering. So?
No, it's not exactly K-means. Basically, it is using cosine similarity, and it's not exactly K-means.
No, it may use some hierarchical clustering or something.
Yeah, correct.
We can look into that later.
So here, this is the Resembler. This is the utility that we are using, which is doing all this. It is creating embeddings for us, basically. Like here, you can see, right? Embed. So that embeddings we are getting out of this utility itself. And yeah, after that we use that basically to do further.
Here, any published article with reference to this?
Yes, sir. There is a. I'll just share that. Give me a moment. I'm sharing that.
G1 can, others can look into it.
Yeah, sure.
Rajat, I shared in the chat already.
Sure. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
yeah.
you.
So yeah, basically,
so,
yeah. So
yeah, go ahead, Anirudh. Go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, what they're doing is they are extracting MEL spectrograms from audio utterances, and as we see in the figure, so they are basically at one time there are n number of embeddings and m number of speakers, right? So they create this block. So there are multiple utterances which go into the LSTM model. This is a 3-layer LSTM model, and on top of that, there's a fully connected layer which becomes the D vector or the final embedding. And then we are training this. So we didn't train this network. So this the weights were already present. So but the network is trained with a generalized end-to-end loss function, which is a contrastive loss which tries to maximize the distance between dissimilar speakers and have a positive component in the loss if the speakers are the same, right? And the similarity is based on the cosine similarity. So that is the case, and so this paper also says that they use some multi-reader approach. So it's basically a regularization approach based on different data sets, because then this same model can be used for different commands or different languages as well. So although this model was trained on English language, we see that it transfers well to Hindi and other languages as well in our case.
Yeah.
Hello, Anirudh. Quick question. Yeah. Like in the similarity matrix, C1, C2 are the utterances, or
yeah. So C1, C2, C3 are the centroids of the speaker embeddings. So we are finding the distance from the centroids for each embedding. And
for each like for each utterance. For each utterance, it is computing the, like using Resembler, we are implementing the summary matrix. It is a kind of summary matrix, like summary vector.
Right.
Okay.
So we are using Resembler, we are getting the embeddings, right? And then we are basically our goal is to estimate the number of speakers within a source, right? And we don't know that number beforehand, so we cannot use something like a K-means.
Okay.
So we have to use density-based methods, right? So we are using hierarchical density-based scan methods. So basically, clusters point based on the density in space, right, in the embedded space. So
yes,
and the metric is cosine similarity.
Thank you.
Right. So yeah, so basically we run this Resembler code and we get the embeddings. Yes, yes.
Sir, yeah, like in general, we'll have once a utterance is being given, our target is to identify genders, right?
Right, right.
Gender or anything like some cluster will.
I'll come to that. Yeah.
So yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm going ahead. So
yeah, actually, I have. I mean, we generally do positive tuple and negative tuple, right? So positive tuple is very straightforward. How to handle? How did you handle that negative tuple?
So what for gender identification, what we did, we use this embeddings, and what we did, we use the support vector machine algorithm for the classification.
Okay.
Okay. So
you are doing some clustering, and then on top of that, you are doing this classification based on the cluster.
Yes.
So that the negative tuple is being solved.
I'm not sure what you mean by negative tuple. Anirudh, do you have an idea what?
Yeah. So for gender identification, we don't do clustering beforehand.
Okay.
So what we did was that when we create these embeddings and we want to classify whether it's a male or female, so we created some label data, and based on that we trained a classifier using the whole embedding, which is a 256 dimensional vector. So we see that we got a separation when we were doing that.
Right. So we trained on 17 hours of male data and 16 hours of female data. And the representation of languages were multiple languages. We used 4 languages. And in the test data set that you see, we added more languages like Marathi and Bengali, and that worked fine as well. So it is agnostic. It looks like agnostic of language as well.
So I think, Rajat, if I am correct, once you got the speaker cluster, then from the speaker cluster, you are going for gender identification, correct?
No. So these are 2 distinct things basically. So initially we don't get any speaker cluster. We get some embeddings with some clusters basically, which is part of the LSTM. Then we perform this classification using the support vector machine algorithm.
Okay, that clusters you are using, no? That hypothesizing that maybe come from different speakers, correct?
Right. They can come from multiple.
So each cluster belongs to, you are hypothesizing that each cluster belongs to single speaker. Then you are going for gender identification.
Correct.
Fine.
Then for speaker clustering, we are doing further things basically. For speaker clustering, what we are doing, we are using hierarchical density based spatial clustering, which is like a kind of a, because here we don't know how many speakers are there, right? So we cannot use k-means or other things. Here we want to go ahead with the hierarchical clustering, and we apply that, and the way we apply that is little tricky. It's not straightforward. What we do basically, let's say we have one source which is having 100 hours of data, right? So that 100 hours of data is very huge. I mean, because to do this clustering, it has to fit in the memory, right? But memory is not available. That huge memory on one system is a bottleneck. So what we do, we split that into multiple partial sets. So we split that one source into multiple partial sets, and we do the clustering within that partial sets. So we create, let's say we have 100 hours of data. So we create partial sets of 10 hours each. So there will be 10 sets, right? Within those 10 sets, what we do clustering. Okay. Then after that clustering is done, then we merge those clusters of multiple partial sets across the clusters, across the sets, across partial sets, so that we can parallelly basically create the cluster for a smaller set. I mean, it's due to the limitation of the memory that we had to split it, and then again we are merging the clusters basically based on the cosine similarity of the cluster basically. And then we get the noise out of every clustering algorithm we perform. Then we try to fit that noise as well based on the distance to the clusters. The nearest cluster which is closer to the noise, we try to fit to that, because we don't want to leave any utterance or any data which is not assigned to a particular speaker. So we also try to fit in, because here we don't really want a very accurate number of speakers or accurate labeling of the speaker to an utterance. So we also fit the noise forcefully. So this algorithm is quite complex. I mean, the way we written is due to the region of limitation of the memory itself. So it does a lot of splitting and a lot of merging and re-merging, and then we arrive at some set of clusters finally, which which gives us some idea about the number of speakers in our source. So it is not perfect, it is not accurate, but it serves the purpose for us basically. Yeah, I think you can go through this documentation later on. It is very very well written, and I think that would be helpful later on. I think any other point you want to add, Anirudh, on this? So as you can see, all data.
Yeah, I think you covered. Yeah.
So we, as I said, this is little complex. So what we do, when we get very large clusters, then we think that that's not the right direction basically. I mean, because if there is a very large cluster, that means there is something wrong in the clustering, right? There cannot be one speaker speaking all the data, all the audio, right? So what we do, we further split that cluster, and then we do the repetitive merging again, all over again, so that after that we get better clusters. So it's not one stage clustering. It's not one stage clustering. It is multi-stage clustering that we do, just to get better accuracy or better better purity in the cluster. Yeah. For language identification, again, we use that MEL spectrogram, and we pass it through our ResNet 18, which is CNN-based classifier, and which is 18 layers deep. We train on 30 to 40 hours of data for each class, basically. So we normally want one language versus other classification. So as you can see here, we trained on English versus others with 30 to 40 hours each, basically. And then the model that we got was able to identify English with the confidence, like it was giving the confidence score of 0.98, basically. So we, again, it's not very accurate, right? So we have to put some threshold in our data set based on the requirement of the data. So let's say I want to use my data set for pre-training. So there I am fine with less precision, that I would like to increase my recall, right? So if I want to increase my recall, I'll lower my threshold of the confidence score. And when I use it for fine-tuning purpose, then I increase my basically threshold so that I can get the higher precision. So there is a trade-off basically, but it depends on the usage of the data that I'll be using, whether it's for pre-training or for fine-tuning. Normally for fine-tuning, we don't recommend to rely on this confidence score, because for fine-tuning, it's better to go ahead with the data set where we are 100% sure of the language. So we have not used this kind of data set for this approach for creating our fine-tuned data. So whatever fine-tuned data we created, it was identified manually. At least somebody looked at the data source and just got an idea about the data set rather than relying on the machine learning models. Anything you want to add, Anirudh?
No, for language identification, no. So all these things which we are doing, so speaker identification and language and gender, all these are basically for us to understand the quality of the data that goes into training, right? Our aim is not to solve these tasks in the best possible way. It is just to get some understanding about how diverse our data is, because when we are crawling data from different YouTube channels, we don't want to basically end up in a situation that we are getting a YouTube playlist of around, let's say, 30-40 hours, but in that a single speaker occupies majority of the time. And similarly for other things as well, we want to balance our data sets based on gender. Language identification is also important, but since we are creating data for pre-training, and as we know that multilingual pre-training is okay to do. I mean, we did it and we open sourced this model and it performed better on fine-tuning results. So there's not a very strong threshold on what language goes into the pre-training data. If we know how much duration it goes to. So these kind of tools are necessary to basically understand the quality of the data which goes into training.
Yeah. So as Anil sir said, basically all these things that we are doing is to understand the data and do the data balancing, so that whatever data we feed into the model training, that has some profiling already, and we can also choose basically what data we want to give to the model training. Basically, this is more around having control on the data rather than just giving the data set whatever we are getting as it is. It's more about understanding the data and using what is best for my particular model that I'm training. So we do the data balancing after that. So data balancing we do as a part of our pipeline itself. We provide the configurations, and based on the configuration, we run the pipeline and we get the data that complies to these constraints that we put on our data, like how many number of speakers you want. So let's say I want 100 hours of data with 10 speakers. So I can give that parameter to my pipeline. And similarly, gender ratio we can provide if we want 50 males and 50 females in my data set. That also I can provide. Language, for language we provide the threshold, basically like 80% confidence score for let's say for English data set. So it will give you all the data which is above for 80% confidence score. Similarly, for SNR as well, we provide some filters. Although SNR is already filtered in earlier stages, but here it gives more control. Let's say I want to train the data on a very good data set where the signal to noise ratio is very like beyond 50%, let's say, or 80%. So I can control it from here.
Yeah, so I think that there's a question from the audience. Swapnil, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, sir, you mentioned about something about language selection. So are you taking, I was a little bit confused because I think at some point of time you said you are taking multilingual data, and at other point of time you said that you are taking data which is particular to a language. So
So
these are two different scenarios, or?
Correct. I think that's a valid question. So what we do, so there are two parts, right? One is pre-training and one is fine-tuning, right? When we get the data from internet, there are two modes that we discussed yesterday, right? One is you give the URLs of the channel, then you get the data set. One is we run our crawler in the wild, and it based on the language and the keyword that we provide as an input, right? So it will fetch some data set. So let's say it will fetch 1,000 hours of data. Let's say I've given the parameter as English. So it might give you some data on Hindi or Kannada as well. Let's say 200 hours of data, which is not English. Now for fine tuning, I'm fine with this, right? But still I want to know how my data looks like, right? I mean, I don't want to be in a situation where I don't know how my data is. It might be having 500 English hours of data and only 500 other languages, but my representation should be 1,000 hours of English data in my pre-training model, even in my pre-training model. So let's say I'm building a pre-training model of 10 languages with 1,000 hours of each language. But I want to be sure, right? Although it doesn't matter, it should not matter much, but it's kind of a profiling. So it is serving two purposes. One is profiling, and one is it is giving you more control on the data set that you want to choose for your training. It's both the ways. Although it doesn't matter, it can be like 800 hours of English data can be there, which doesn't matter for me in the pre-training, but it matters to me to understand my data and profile my data so that I can basically define my model better, right? What it represents, what are the representations of the language in my model, right? I need that information. For fine-tuning, definitely I need precise language. So for that it is definitely required, but for pre-training as well it is required. That's what I was trying to say. I hope that answers your question, Swapnil.
Rajat, if I will conclude that what you are telling, so for pre-training you are doing language independent pre-training? And fine tuning language, respective language, you are doing the AS,
Correct.
the
Correct.
ASR.
Yeah, that is correct. But there is, I would reframe this, what you said. Basically, for pre-training language doesn't matter much, but still I want some control on the language that that is going into model training, right? It cannot be like I want 1,000 hours of representation really, but it is going only 100 hours of English, right?
So you want
I
to
mean, it is
language balance on that.
definitely. I mean, I still want some balance of language, right? I still don't want to basically I don't want to be unaware of the language representation in my model, and the precise, as I said, precision is loose here, but it is still there. It's not gone, right? We still want some stats around it. We don't want to say that we are just training on 15 hours of English rather than the expectation of 1,000 hours, right? Although some kind of a variation may happen, like 30% of variation up and down is fine, but it's still it is important to know and the language metrics in my model, in my data set, right? Yeah, Swapnil, I think.
Yeah, sir. Again, more specific question. So, when you're setting language, are you looking for metadata to know the language, or you're looking for the signal, which means you're looking for the audio signals of that language?
Yeah.
Through.
So you can see my screen, right? For the language identification, what we do, we basically have trained our model, which is a ResNet 18 based model that goes to a neural network, and we train the data basically with labeled data, and we get that model. So we run all the traces through that model only. So using that model, we get some confidence score. And based on that, we decide whether we want to keep that as a part of English language or not. So that way we do basically. We have trained models specifically for understanding or knowing the language of the data, basically.
Yeah, Swapnil, they are not using metadata. They are using the acoustic speech signals only to do the language identification. Yes.
Yeah, because metadata is not present always, and it's not accurate. So we don't want to, like from YouTube as well, it's not accurate always. So we don't want to rely on the metadata that is there already.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, I think we are done with the theory session for today. Any other thing you want to discuss, or I think for today that was the scope for the theory sessions. We'll start with the practical sessions after this.
Yeah. So this is for data cleaning, correct? If I'm not wrong.
For data cleaning, it was yesterday. I took the theory sessions.
Okay.
And practical we'll do for the data cleaning today. We downloaded yesterday, right? Data.
Yes.
We can proceed ahead on that.
Okay. Maybe now can we start that part?
Yeah, we can start.
Switching between language, how fast it is, like Hindi, English. Someone is speaking English sentence, in between he is speaking Hindi also.
Right. No,
Excuse
basically,
me.
yeah. Yes. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Is that that resembler you said, no, in the voice encoder, is that open source?
Yeah, that is open source.
Okay, thank you.
Can you share the GitHub link, or it is present in your document? If it is present
in the documentation, it is there. So you can.
It is there, no? Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, there was a question around switching the language, right? So these models that we are building, they are basically not for transliteration, or you can say code switching is not there. If we have to do it, we have some other mechanism for that. I think Anirudh can talk more on that, but these models are specifically for, these are the ASR models only.
So in the pipeline, when the language identification is happening, so before that there are some steps which have already happened, right? And that is the voice activity, the splitting based on voice activity detection and and SNR and all those things. So we assume that in that particular voice activity chunk, the language will be consistent. But if it's not there, as your case suggests, then of course, then model will give mixed results. That is true. But from our experience, what we have seen is that, voice chunks can be from 1 to 15 seconds, and majority of the times, some words may be here and there, but majority language is present, it's there. But that is our assumption that in that one voice activity chunk, the language is consistent.
Then, sir, how we are like translating between these languages? Like I'm speaking, "मैं ready हूँ, क्या कर रहे हो?" Like in ready, like
Maybe
these kind of words.
maybe
Yeah, what I'm saying is when you say मैं ready हूँ, क्या कर रहे हो, it might already be split to 5 chunks already, because we spread the threshold very low of 10 milliseconds or something like that. So मैं ready who might be for all we know, it might be 3 different chunks, and ready will be then a separate English word.
So just to understand your question better, do you mean that after the model is trained, if I give as an input मैं ready हूँ, how it should behave? That's what your question is, right?
Yes. This,
Yeah.
like
So
we have
for
trained
that,
model on.
yeah, for that there is no code switching right now. Basically, if I say मैं ready हूँ, then if it is Hindi model, it will try to write ready in Hindi only.
So
I mean,
he is asking about language identification.
Mebha, they are not actually targeting code switched ASR, that are monolingual ASR they are targeting.
Yeah.
Okay. So they are assuming that if you tell "मैं ready हूँ," that will think that ready will be present in the dictionary and it modeled as a Hindi word, not as an English word. Okay. So yeah, so on that way they are targeting monolingual ASRs. So in this full workshop we are targeting monolingual ASRs.
Correct.
Okay, not code switched one.
So although we have worked on that for some time, basically we did some kind of experiments around it, and we use that for some kind of some competition as well, I think. So that is there, but right now we are focusing more on monolingual models.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
I'm just curious to ask some experience from Rajat and Anirudh. When we will give the test edge code switch, okay, so how your model is responding?
Yeah, so we trained actually. So in InterSpeak we did some submissions around code switching as well. I think there was Hindi Bengali and English Bengali, right? What we did was that we basically just in the fine tuning layer we combined the character set of the 2 languages. And without any prior information on the language, this wave to wave fine tuning part was able to do code switching fairly well. And we were able to finish in the top 5 in that category for code switching.
Anirudh, how much the rate on that code switched case? I think there have Hindi English and Hindi Odia, I think. English Odia, correct?
No, Hindi Bengali and English Bengali were there, I think.
Yeah, Hindi English also they are. That IIT Madras have organized that one, no? Indic ASR, correct?
No. The code switching
English and English Bengali.
English Bengali and Hindi English, it is there. Yeah. So what error rate you got, Anirudh? What error rate?
Word error rate. Let me open and check. I do not remember right now. But let me check.
I think Anirudh is speaking about that interspeech challenge.
I'm talking about the interspeech challenge. The code switching one you are asking, right?
Interspeech challenge.
Yeah, the Indic ASR, no?
No. That was not code switching.
Indic ASR
That was not code switching. No,
that was not code switching.
Okay.
That is monolingual only.
Anirudh, yeah. So the question is, of course, I mean, now from the pre-trained model and also post-it fine-tuning, you get the character as an output. So you mean to say a neural network was proficient enough to identify which language it is and throughput the corresponding UTF code like as an output.
Exactly, sir. So when we were training for code switching, let's say, so there was Hindi English and Bengali English, right? So basically what we did was, let's say we are training for Hindi English, so there's code switching within the utterance. We just combined the character set of Hindi and English and tried to just fine tune without any prior language information. And the model was able to do well. So
it's like global pronunciation modeling. global language modeling kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Hopefully your tech can do
We
that.
didn't train on phonemes. We still trained on characters. But
yeah. Both the language may be hypothesized as a single language and learned.
Exactly.
But Anirudh, okay, the doubt here is, suppose, see, now whatever the mapping this network has learned, it is the speech data, raw speech data that we are feeding in.
Right.
And essentially it is learning the mapping of the character, because we have not imposed not even subword, not even word at that level, right?
No.
It's very interesting if at all network has learned based on only those fundamental characters. If it is able to map the correct language, that itself will be a language identification sort of, right? You got my point, right?
Yeah, I understood.
Yeah, and on top, like, okay, applying language model, it can identify based on the sequence of characters. It can identify which language it is. That's
right.
okay. But here the interesting factor is the acoustic model itself is able to identify the language. Yeah,
exactly.
Going by your saying, yeah.
And sir, there are like recent researches on this also, that some people have reported using the final layer of the wave-to-wave model for language identification as well. So people are doing a lot of things with these embeddings. So
Anirudh, that I tried actually. In OpenSLR, I got very good result.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that you have trained with multilingual data, that wave-to-wave pre-trained model, then you pick up embedding vectors from that and do language identification, is it?
Language identification. Yes. But out of domain data is not given.
2021 you have submitted OpenSLR?
Yes. We didn't submit anywhere, like just for experiment.
Okay.
We tried that, yes.
Okay.
So one more doubt, like for example, we have a Hindi ASR and we have trained like on 48 hertz like frequency. Now I'm training same network on 16k hertz, and I'm finding out some like WER. So can I compare these two model like on same data set, or is it not a good way to like comparing of these two?
So you are saying that while training your sample rate is different, or
I trained two model like same network architecture but on different sampling rate. So is it
okay?
Yeah.
I think one professor answered yesterday also that of course more sampling rate is carrying more information, but I don't know how beneficial it would be if we are trying to model human voice, right? If I'm saying correctly, Deepak sir. Or,
yes, Anirudh. Preferably, see, both the testing and training should be at the same sampling rate.
Exactly.
That is one thing. Then, if suppose we want to train with two different sample rates, there is something called a sample rate converter. We can utilize that and either upsample or downsample. Upsampling is always safer. Why? Because we are not losing out the information. Whereas when we do the downsampling, so sampling rate is almost half the bandwidth of the signal content theoretically. Right. So we may end up losing certain information when we are doing the downsampling. That's the only drawback. Else for it, like, so my hinge is that, like, since it is a huge amount of data and it's a large statistical model, so some information loss here and there may not impact the ASR too much. So I don't know, by your experience, what would you?
So we also haven't tested on different sampling rates.
Even more than 16, I don't think, Deepak sir, if you are dealing with only speech signal, more than 16 kilohertz, it may not require, correct?
We might not gain.
There are very high-end sample rate data used also. Typically speaking, theoretically, what textbook says is 20 kilohertz, like, so sample rate for the speech signal. That's the limit. But CD quality, if we listen speech in CD quality, right, say 44.1, that has a better clarity than, like, say 16 kilohertz, whatever we listen in the internet bandwidth, right?
But that is an audio signal, no? Not
no. It can be speech also. See, it's after all harmonics, no? Harmonics, like, theoretically can extend up to infinity.
Correct.
So who knows? I mean, we may not perceive at our age, but kids can perceive at that age. We don't know, right? Yeah. Experiments have only proven till 20 kilohertz. Yeah.
So like this TTS data is there IITM. So it is collected on 48K hertz. Now for training, I need to downsample it. So my performance will go down, right?
No, compared to 48 kilohertz, if at all, it has the signal content up to say 24 kilohertz. Theoretically, it is possible to have. So then if you are downsampling it to 16 kilohertz, the bandwidth comes to 8 kilohertz. So then in that case, you may lose certain content, but it may not have huge impact on the system quality itself. That's what my guess is.
Yes. And another point, like in commercial systems or in any general kind of ASR system, we actually don't require more than 16 kilohertz. But for clinical applications, sometimes it may require, like some of the sounds energy may be more than 8,000 hertz. So in clinical applications, maybe like people can use 22 k hertz also. So, but for general purpose, it's not that required, I think. More sampling frequency.
Okay.
Hello.
Answer.
Hello. Yes, sir. I want to add one more point. Like when it comes to the inference point, if the 16 kilohertz head signal and 44 kilohertz signal, if we take the window size of 25 millisecond, for 1 second, the number of frames should be processed is very high compared to the 16 kilohertz. That is the one advantage when it comes to the inference point of view and online applications, like kind of devices. The number of frames is very less. Like it's and one more thing is in the data preparation also, if it is 44 kilohertz signal, the number of frames is very huge. That like training file itself, it will take the large amount of data.
Storage space, training time, inference time, everything impacts, like to have a high sample rate.
This point I want to add. That's
clarify that may not be number of frames, the number of samples in a frame will be huge.
Correct.
Yes. Maybe that point.
Yeah.
And sir, one more doubt, like we have trained on a particular data set, and that data set is collected in like a closed room setting. Now we are inferencing on like a real data set that will be having more noise, right? Like traffic, like while talking on phone in standing at traffic area and all. So like in that case, this performance will go very down, like very less. So how to like handle that kind of problem?
Yeah. So one case is to so when we were dealing with this problem, so we saw that when we are sourcing data from crawlers and YouTube, there already a lot of noisy data is present in our data set. But if you are saying that you are collecting in a closed room environment, there are tools which can actually induce artificial noise in the background. We have a utility for that as well, audio augmentation utility in our GitHub repo. So you can have a look there. So it's a very common practice to augment data, and if you have, let's say, 10 hours of data, clean data, and you want to augment it to 2 or 3 or 4 times by inducing noise to make your model more robust.
Okay. Answer one, like last doubt. So we have trained SR on like a GPU and all. So is it possible to inference on edge device like some board like that, or like?
Yes, it is possible. We have ported the deep speech model, though this model is different, on Raspberry Pi. Yeah, we have done it so. We've almost built Amazon Echo sort of thing, wherein trained models are ported onto Raspberry Pi platforms, and we have connected the multi-array microphone to it, and it can decode the Indian English speech. Yeah, is what we have done.
So like you have used pruning or like kind of thing, or otherwise you have like ported same code?
No, it's a porting of same code. You can actually have Linux on a Raspberry Pi, right? So literally there is no difference whether you're working on laptop or a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
Once
so
you have the voice.
This model works on CPU basically. In an essence, it can run on the CPU on Linux machine basically. But I think it is not capable of running on the Android as of now. We have not tried that on the phones, but yeah, if it is as Raspberry Pi or any other Linux machine, it would work. We have tried it.
So so just to add one more point, so in our latest version of the code, we tried some things around that. So we saw that just converting the float type from 32 to 16 gave us some reduction in size, right? And then we can also say, then as the question is like whether to do pruning, whether to basically distill the model. So these are things which one has to try, but they can only be tested and looked at. We have to look at the performance and then take a decision as to whether doing that makes sense also or not, if you have to design these custom things.
So what is the size of the model right now, and
right now it's around
RAM?
350 MB. 350
and
MB.
how much RAM it needs to, like, for one model to load? I forgot.
Yeah, the GPU loads the same memory.
No, if we want to run on CPU.
CPU, I have not benchmarked it.
Yeah, I mean, to run on the edge, basically, we need to do something to bring the size down, or some other optimization, so that we can run it on smaller devices like Android. Even on Android, the platform is altogether different, so we need to try all these things.
So especially in Raspberry Pi, that's almost like a system. Almost.
Yeah,
like
that's almost like it's a
I think 4 GB memory, I suppose. I mean, SD card memory size. It's huge what it supports.
I think Sorgio is there. Sorgio and Rishabh are there. They can tell how much is the requirement to run one model, one ASR model, basically.
Yeah.
So for one ASR model, like we had used our VMs. So if you're using one model, it gets loaded into the memory and it would take around 2 GB for like a Hindi model that would like max around 2 GB. And we have some punctuation and ITN models too. So if that gets loaded, it would be a bit higher. But yeah, usually without punctuation and ITN, it's gonna be around 2 GB per model. And like for CPU, it's like we have tested with a 3 CPU one, like the minimum as of now. It can go below that or not. Like we have to check it out. But
there is also TensorFlow Lite, I think, which is especially meant to run the systems, especially deep learning models onto edge devices. So
what is that?
People can also explore that. TensorFlow Lite version.
Okay.
I think it is a 16-bit version, if I'm not wrong.
But I think our model is PyTorch based, right? I don't know how it is portable.
But sir, like today's model on transform based or like TDN, they have a lot of parameters, so that we cannot reduce using TensorFlow also, TensorFlow Lite also. So
no, especially see the difference being the bit width of the processor what you're running. So if it is a 32-bit processor and you have developed the model using 64-bit precision, all that you have to compromise is the precision. So there will be certain loss in the model. There will be some compromise on the performance of the system. But if it is livable, as Rajat and Anirudh rightly said, if it is livable with those errors, and if your application suits, you can do that, I think. Only problem is it may not be as easy as we are saying. Say for instance, we tried Kaldi porting onto Raspberry Pi, which we were not able to do that so successfully as we did in deep speech end-to-end model. So there are recipes which are available, whichever supports, like we can take it to those edge platforms. Yeah.
Thank
like if Wave to Vec, if somebody has done, that will be easy for us. Else we have to take that pain to port that Wave to Vec onto, say, some systems.
Yes.
Hello, Anirudh sir. I have one doubt. Like in the language identification, like if we have the similar languages, let us take the example of Hindi and Punjabi. Whatever the phoneme sounds, they are same. Like in the structure, in the pronunciation, same. Is the model will confuse or like any thought on that one? Like it's general out.
Yeah. So what when we were training our language identification models, we didn't train on several languages at once because we saw that, as you said, that the performance was it of course is if the language is similar like Punjabi or Marathi or Gujarati, Hindi similar to phonetically similar to these languages. So we saw that the performance was not as good as if you are trying to differentiate between, let's say, Hindi and Kannada or Hindi or Tamil. So what we tried to do was that instead of training 5 or 6 languages together, we were training Hindi versus others because when we run our data pipeline, we run it in a way that we are collecting data for this language, we are collecting data for Hindi. We know that So we saw that when we were taking that approach, then the confusion between the different languages was not so much.
Yeah. So I think the only downside of this approach is we'll have as many as models as the languages are, right?
Yeah.
So that actually puts an overhead on the team, and we have to train multiple models. So ideally, yes, we should work towards working on a single model that can give you the confidence score across the languages. But that, I think we need to work on that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Cool. So
thank you, Anirudh, Rajat, for all those clarifications. Yeah, now we can go ahead with the workshop.
Yeah, Rajat sir, we can start that cleaning part now.
Yeah. Okay. I'll share my screen again.
Yeah.
So on the data collection part, we are good, right? So I'll give you one more source. Maybe you can basically start downloading that source.
Okay, please.
That is a good source. I mean, it is having good data, and I'll just send you a link basically.
Please give that link. We will add in that file, and
you'll add that in the file. Yes. As a key value, just add this key and value in your config dictionary.
Maybe simultaneously, you can also share your screen and show where you are adding, so that all can parallelly go.
Correct.
Also, Rajat, like one of the participants had posed this question. He had some doubts on pgadmin and Terraform. Like, if you can just briefly tell about that, and then we can proceed.
Sure.
Is that fine? Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. So pgadmin, I'll start with. So pgadmin is a tool to connect to the database, basically, and so that I can query from my local machine and connect to my remote database that is running on my cloud, right? So this tool you have to download as the link we sent yesterday. I think if you want, I can send it again. Okay, pgadmin link is not there. So here you'll find the pgadmin. Basically, whatever the platform you are using, you can choose that, and please download. And oh, it's already there from here. Okay, please use this link, download it, and install it. And then before that, what you have to do, you have to install the Cloud SQL proxy as well. As I said yesterday, that Cloud SQL proxy is to connect to our remote databases. So please download and install these two things.
It's there for Linux as well, right, Rajat?
Yeah, for Linux as well. Yeah, please choose that. And let me open that link as well. Yeah, so I think this is 64-bit Linux, 32-bit Linux, and Mac OS as well.
Yeah.
So you can choose based on this. I mean, it's slightly lower on the page. It's a little hard to find, but if you scroll down, you'll find this download and install Cloud SQL.
Is that pgadmin is available for Linux?
Yes, it should be. If you see here, it's not there for Linux.
It's not showing.
apt is for that, no? apt install. This one. So if you're using apt-get, basically you do sudo apt-get install.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, please install these two things, and then we can connect on this. So I think I would suggest rather than me doing, one of you
Correct.
please share the
I
screen.
think
I'll,
participants have to install. I think
yeah, please share your screen. I'll guide you how do you.
Yeah,
how to do
one of you. I think one of the volunteers can.
Because if I do,
share.
I'll go faster, and
Correct.
some things are already there on my
Yeah,
machine.
yeah, yeah.
So
Because it's a general tendency. Because if we know the things, we assume others would also be
Yeah.
knowing things. Yeah, that's there. Yeah. One of you can share the screen. I think
Yes, sir.
Shruti, Jagabandhu, or someone, if they can share the screen, that will be helpful. Sujit, if you want to share the screen, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please share the screen. One of you can install, so Rajat can go at that pace. Yeah.
I actually installed PG admin already, sir.
Okay.
But I have issues while running this. We have downloaded some GitHub form of Terraforms.
Oh, Terraform, you are facing issue.
Yes, sir. I'm unable to execute.
Are you able to connect to database using Cloud SQL proxy? First, let's resolve this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cloud SQL proxy, have you downloaded?
Yes, sir.
Also,
Okay.
Sujit, if you can increase the font size of the terminal, if there is any other way for you, just check.
So you belong to which account? One account or two account?
Sorry, sir. I didn't get it.
You are working on which Google account, basically? Is it one? Or which group you are in? 1 to 6 or?
Group 2, sir.
Group 2. Okay, so it is one basically. So just run this command on your machine. I just sent.
Rajat, I am when I do that sudo apt install pgadmin, I am getting one error. Package pgadmin has no installation candidate.
Did you update your did you update your package manager? Sudo apt update basically. There is.
I have to update it. Okay.
Because it might be obsolete. So just.
So the Cloud SQL proxy that you pasted in the chat, that is for group 2, right? Or group 1?
It is for group 1.
So what would be for group 2?
Yeah, just give me a moment. I'll send it.
Yes, sir. It's like this.
Yeah, so now you're ready to accept the connections. So just open your PG admin. Yeah, admin. No, just admin, because that's okay. You have set this power, right? Okay. Click on servers. Right click on servers.
So still I'm
right
not
click. Create server. Yes. In the connection, write localhost.
Yes, sir.
Just give me a minute. I'm sending you the details. Yeah, connect with the Postgres. Password is IITDH. TDH _ work.
It's saying name must be specified.
Go to the general tab and specify the name. Then general tab. Yeah,
IITDH. You can say IITDH. Yeah, okay. Localhost.
Yes.
You can go a little slowly in case others are also in a similar problem. Yeah, you people have to talk like participants unless we assume that you people are following. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's done, I think. Localhost.
Just expand it localhost.
You want me to zoom in, sir?
No. On your left pane under the servers, you see localhost, right? So you just click on the arrow and it will expand, and you can keep on expanding the database, and it will you show the tables. These are the database, so you can go to the right database.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So currently we are using that. I think for group 2 we are using that speech recognition. This one, right? So just explain this one. You can see here.
So group 1 is
scheme.
the group 1 basically is the scheme. So we'll use, so you can ignore group 2. Group 1 is the one.
Okay,
Just
group 1.
You can expand the schemas. There is something called schemas. Yes.
I will request whoever is sharing, can you increase your font size, but we are not able to see.
If you are in Mac, just press
Yes, sir.
command
Just a
or-
minute. I will.
Sujit.
Yes, sir. I will.
I think it's not there in preferences. Display, I think.
I think it's not possible, sir, to increase font size.
But if I see on the full window, I am able to see it clearly.
Okay. No, sir. I think there isn't any option to increase font size.
Yeah. What I'm saying is I'm able to see your PG admin clearly. Are others facing some problem in seeing that? I can see.
Jagbandhu, if you make it full screen, I think it will be visible. But font size is small, I agree. But it's okay. We can read the content at least. Yeah.
So just click on this. Yeah, click here on the query tool.
Where, sir?
On the top, there is a black database sign, right? Yeah, just click here. Just write the query, select star from, select asterisk from media underscore star. Asterisk, yeah. No, just shift 8. Shift 8 you have to press. Yeah. Space from media underscore speaker underscore mapping. Just now click on the play button on the top. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, you can see these many utterances are there in the database right now. If you go slightly right, you can see the speaker ID is there.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so you can increase your font size by going to edit, then preferences, then font size. Top, on the top. In the browser itself.
Okay. The browser.
I think he is not using browser actually.
No, sir. I'm using desktop version.
He's using desktop version. Yeah. So yeah, just to walk you through the database column, basically we have, if you go one by one, speaker ID, which is not there because we have not run the audio analysis pipeline right now. And just to give you why this data is there, because I ran some jobs yesterday and today. So that is why you are seeing this.
Okay.
For group 2, it will be empty because I have not run anything on group 2. I mean, for the account 2.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, so you can say fail reason, right? One column is there, high SNR, and its status is rejected. So it is rejected because of high SNR. So all these information, metadata is available in this table.
Okay,
there is one more table. Select as you can write one more query.
Yes, sir.
No, just keep that there. Just enter. Select strict from.
Select.
Star from. No. Shift 8.
8.
From media underscore metadata underscore staging. Media underscore metadata underscore staging. Yeah. Just select this whole. No, double G is there. You just remove one G.
Okay, sir.
And just select.
Okay.
Just select this second line. The whole line.
And okay, sir.
So yeah, these many are the MP4. This is the MP4 one audio level information, summary level information.
Like the MT4 which is being divided.
Yes, correct. So the first row, first query is to understand the low level detail about the whole utterances, number of small utterances. The first, the second query that you ran, it is for the whole, basically the whole file, one big file. So
Okay,
if you go a little bit right, you can see the utterances list, which is there in this column, which is denormalized here.
Yes, sir.
And if you
This
go,
is PostgreSQL, is it, Rajat? What
right,
is this? Yeah.
Postgres.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
Postgres. And yeah, here you can see the clean duration is 0 for first one. For some it is 0.21. For some file it is 7.56, right?
Yes.
Number of speaker is unknown right now. And when it was loaded, hash code also we generate. So hash code we generate just to remove the duplication. So it also checks based on the hash code of a file if it is already there or not.
But how did you generate the speaker info, Rajat, in this case?
Yeah. So we'll cover that. I mean, we
Uh-huh.
run the pipelines. It create the speaker IDs basically.
Okay, there is a speaker identification algo that runs at the back.
Yes. So right now, so far, I have not run that. I'll show you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So.
And for me, I'm unable to run those Terraforms, sir. Actually.
Okay. Let's try it from your machine only.
Sir?
Yeah. Let me guide you. Open the Terraform deep infra project.
Yes.
Just go to the terminal of that basically. Yeah. Open terminal. Control. Yeah. Just the second one. Correct. So can you write Terraform -version? Terraform. Yeah. Oh, it's 1.0.3.
Yes, sir.
I think we are using 13 plus version.
Oh, I just installed it today, sir. But
Okay. Let's try with this. Okay. So you do I'm giving you one command basically. Just try to.
Sir, actually, I saw that you were using some ZSH.
That should not matter.
Okay, sir.
So I'm just giving you one command. Just try that first. Yeah, just try to run this command. The terminal. Yeah. Now do Terraform init.
Terraform version.
Init. Terraform init. NIIT. It actually initializes with the version basically, with the state.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So now do Terraform plan.
I think we got some errors, sir.
I think before that you have to log in Google.
So do Google auth login. Have you initialized your G Cloud yesterday? So far. On the terminal itself, just type G Cloud init.
Yes, sir. I initialized it. Okay.
Yeah, on the same terminal you can try there only.
Actually, initialized it.
You can press Command D.
No, don't stop it. Go to the same terminal where you are running the Terraform. Yeah. Just do G Cloud init. Yeah. I think you are on Caldi Windows basically. So.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just select, you are on 1. No. You can use, you should use 1.
Oh, actually, I've been using Kaldi.
No, you can reinitialize again, I suppose. You can exit
Yes.
this one and reinitialize that.
Yes, sir.
Control C.
No, actually, there will be problem with the lock now. Let's see.
The first one, sir?
The first one, yes. Select first. No, N. Yeah. Now do Terraform plan. So just for everyone's information, please don't do any Terraform apply on this account because already setup is done. So it is one time only. So don't do it again and again. Otherwise it will destroy the environment.
Rajat, when you say this system, it is about the instance you're talking about or the entire account? Like
Entire account, the whole account.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, this is.
So you have to do gcloud auth login.
Yeah,
so
gcloud auth login.
Credential and lookup.
I think he's already logged in. That's why in the init he was not asked.
No,
You
that
can
is
do again.
after login. That will be
Gcloud auth login. Gcloud.
What?
Gcloud. GCLOUD.
Oh, G, sir. Okay, Gcloud.
Gcloud. Auth AUTH. Login. Yeah. Now run that Terraform plan. Why it is okay? Are you able to access it to the VMs?
Yes, sir. I'm using Kaldi Windows actually.
Okay, just go to the top in the variables. Go to the top.
Yes, sir.
Because I think you need to. Okay, this is wrong. You are belonging to 1, right, or 2?
So I should use only SR triple ID.
Yes. Not right.
I think we should change it in every place we have used that 319 number. We have to change it everything to ASR, I think, sir.
No, I think.
Can you try with gcloud auth application default login? In error, you can see that message. Might be
In the error message itself, with the command is there. Run gcloud auth application default login.
I think it's not able to write on your system.
Application default. Or maybe it's the version issue. It's expecting something else. Probably. I don't know.
Cannot add project to.
Try now. Terraform apply.
Sorry, plan.
Oh, it is saying cannot add project to ADC quota project. It doesn't have the. Oh, service account. I think your user is not a service account user. Looks like. What is your? Let me just check the permissions. What is your name basically? Can I add your name?
Sujit, sir. Sujit.
Can you send me your email ID with which you are logging in?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have sent it in the chat box.
Yeah, just give me a minute. I'm giving you access to the blitz as usual.
So will you have to first do this configuration, Terraform configuration? .tf
So
file?
it has to be done for one Google GCP, one GCP account. You have to done only once.
Okay.
Which I have
Okay.
already done. So I'm just showing how it can be done. You don't need to do it again.
Okay. So that how to create that configuration file?
So that is there in the. I'll send you the doc. Can you send the documentation here? Basically, meanwhile I'm giving the access. In the documentation, it's there basically what you need to change. Whatever you want to change, you can change accordingly. Basically.
Yeah, please send that document.
Yeah. So on the account one, we have not provided the access to the people. I don't see.
Which one? No. We have that triple IT Dharwad. I think that account may not work. I think we have used Gmail account. You can check.
For the.
If it is not there, then we may have used Gmail account in the project.
Everywhere I have used that email only, sir, for logging in and everything.
Okay, you have already used service account user access. You already have basically. So what is the issue? I just cannot add the project to ADC as the quota project of the account. Have the service account use permission. You might. Oh, quota is exceeded, something like that. Can you send? Can you paste this on the chat? This warning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, then maybe we can try in another region, no?
But he's having access on another what region?
Yes, region.
No, it's not a problem of region. It's basically is not able to even log in, like application default login. This project is not able to add.
Can you try again with that Terraform plan?
Can you unset your Google application credentials? Can you echo this? Just give me a moment. I'm just sending the command.
Yes.
Just send your command. Can you do this on your terminal?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, enter. Yeah, nothing is there. Then it's fine.
Can you just try again the Terraform?
Set quota project. Can you do this? Sending one more command because that's a weird issue we are getting just now. So just run this command. I just sent you.
Not at the project application.
Service use permission on this project. Oh, okay. KDC does not have. Can you copy this last error and send it on the chat?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the same, I think, which you already said.
Rajat, I
No,
have
sir.
just one query. So if we want to do all these things in our local system, can we do this?
On the local system means, what do you mean by that?
Means instead of using cloud storage, if we want to store in our system and then we can do this data cleaning, all this, can we do that?
We can do that, but right now the pipeline, I mean, there are some
For Google
extensions
Cloud.
in the pipeline, but it's more designed for the cloud actually. We can do that.
So Rajat, all the scripts are developed to aid cloud-based data storage. Is
Mostly it is. I mean, we can run it locally as well. I mean, on the local machine, but it's more designed for that. I mean, we have not tested it very and like properly end to end.
Oh, okay.
On local,
local
but it
local
works.
systems. Yeah.
We have designed it for local as well, but yeah, not used that much. So we are not sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so that issue we are getting. Yeah, I'm just checking out if we can do something.
I think it's with the version issue, sir. I think.
Maybe. Can we try on some other machine this Terraform? Is it working or not?
Yes, sir. Someone with the updated version.
Will I share?
Yeah, please share. Let's see.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see. We'll resolve this issue on your machine as well after some time.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Yeah, please share. Someone please share. Let's do it on your machines only.
That's better, Rajat. I think that's a good strategy. We'll go by at least one system.
Correct.
So other groups like you people have to raise hands.
So will my screen is visible?
Yes, it is visible.
It is visible.
So I will go here. Okay, so we need to download this one, this audio to speech pipeline, correct?
Correct. So you want to try the Terraform thing now first? Because that was,
yeah, I am taking another one. So Terraform, I can initiate from here, correct?
You can do that. If
Yeah.
you want, yes.
So I want to check first Terraform version.
So you have to first go inside the Terraform repository. Do you have that repository?
Repository.
I'm sending you it. So
Yeah, please.
I mean, I would suggest go with the document. Open the documentation. Let's go walk through the documentation. Open the documentation that we shared it yesterday.
Wait.
Because rather than sending in the email, it's already there.
So this one you want to ask?
Correct. Just go installation. Click on the installation.
Installation. This one, huh?
Yeah, run on Kubernetes. Infra setup is there. Run on Kubernetes. Infra setup.
Run on Kubernetes infra setup. Where is that?
Just below. Just above.
Run on Kubernetes.
Infra setup.
Infra setup.
So you can go one by one using Composer. You can click
infra setup. This one, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So just do perform the first step.
Okay. So I can open my. You want me to clone this repository?
No, I think
this audio to speech repository. No, you need this one audio to speech repository pipeline, correct?
Yeah. I mean, just give me a moment. I mean, this repository name somehow is appearing wrong. I'm sending you the URL. Just give me a moment.
Okay, please. That one actually I'm downloading over here, but yeah, it have already downloaded.
Yeah, clone this one as well, which I just sent to you.
Okay, so what do you have to do? Okay, this infra.
Also, Jagbandhu, whatever changes you're making, right? You just make a document. So that becomes easy later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rajat, Anirudh, and Harveen, and all ThoughtWorks. Like what what me and Prasanna sir thought was, we can create a sort of blog page for the community who have attended workshop. Like so later if they go do some hands-on, and if they do get certain questions, right? So somebody can post that question in the blog, and whoever knows the answer can answer it. So in that sense, we can grow the community also later. I mean, is what we were thinking.
I think this already exists. So you have to do CD. Yes, let's do CD.
Oh yeah, this one is already exist. Correct.
CD extend.
This is already exist. Yeah.
Correct. Just do Terraform version. -v
minus caps V or small v?
Hyphen version. Yeah, that is. Oh, on every machine it is Terraform 1.03. Okay. Okay. In your editor, can you please open? Can you do charm? Can you write charm?
Charm?
Yes. Space. Ek step deep speech infra.
What?
Ek step hyphen deep speech infra.
X step, huh?
X step hyphen deep speech.
This one only.
Yes. Tab.
Tab is not taking. Why? Okay, I am inside deep speech infra. No?
Okay.
Will I go?
You're already inside. Then do charm dot. Just dot. Only dot.
Only dot also fine.
It is currently in the DC only.
It's also not taking.
No, just charm dot. That's it. And
charm dot bus. Huh?
Enter. Oh, charm dot one. Okay.
Will I install?
No. Can you open this project in your PyCharm? Some like on the file. Go to the file.
So you want me to
new project? Open
one. Okay, wait. Yeah, this one. You want me to open this one? Deep.
Yeah, just open it.
The same window.
New window.
No, it's fine. Can open in the same window.
Yeah. So now open the terminal. Yeah. Now you have to run that command basically which I sent earlier. To set your workspace basically.
Which one? Which one, Rajat?
Yeah, just I'm just checking out in the chat. Sending you again. Okay. Yeah, it's there.
Cloud SQL one?
Oh, this one.
Cloud SQL proxy?
No, I just sent on the email, on the chat. Check again.
This one, huh? Okay.
Terraform init.
Init.
Yeah, enter.
Enter.
Yeah. So there is a if you scroll down on the left side, basically in the project directory.
Okay.
There is a file variables.tf, right? The third last. Yeah. Open it.
Okay.
Yeah. So which account do you belong to?
Group one.
So you can write ASR ITDH here instead of XPage. Right. And go a little bit down. Yeah. So name of the bucket you can write
here also, no?
any bucket that you want to create, maybe with your name, let's say. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. You can keep it like this only. Yeah, just apply. We are not even applying right now, so you can say Terraform plan. Terraform plan.
Okay, so I have to save it Control S. Now Terraform plan.
Plan, yeah.
It is telling something. Can I out?
What is telling?
You did not use.
Then it is working on your machine. Nah? If you go a little bit up, it is trying to add all these things, right? So if you do Terraform apply, it will create all these things, but you don't need to do it.
This is plan. Plan means it is just
It is just showing you the plan, what it will do if you do apply.
Okay.
So you don't need to perform this. I'm just showing you. And if you want to create a bucket which you already gave, then I'm giving you a command basically. Just run this command just to create your bucket.
Okay, so instead of going there and creating bucket, I can also automatically create bucket through this, is it?
Yeah. So if you need 3 buckets, you can define 3 buckets here. I mean, you have to define here. So I gave you one command. Just use that command.
Okay, please.
So this command basically, just copy that command.
Is this one?
Yes. Copy this command. So this command specifically runs the bucket module. So I'll tell you what I mean.
Okay.
So when you just apply this. Paste.
Enter.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Enter a value.
No, don't do yes. Go a little bit up. Scroll up. So you can see it is trying to create this bucket, right? This plus sign you can see. If you go a little bit up. Yes.
Okay.
So can you check? It is saying plan 1 0 to add. It gives you all the summary what it will do, right? Just go a little bit down.
This one. Okay.
It is saying plan 1 to add, 0 to add. No. Plan 1 to add, 0 to change. So that means only one change will be applied, right? So if you go on the left side, you can say yes. If you want, you can say yes.
What it is telling? Warning: resource targeting is an effect. Creating plan target option, which result plan not present.
Yeah. So what we are saying, we are choosing basically only, since it is having 4 components, right? It creates the bucket, composer, service account, database. We are giving the instruction to only create the bucket, right?
Okay.
So if you go scroll down and say yes. Yeah, enter.
So this will only create the bucket. So initially, if we see this plan, there have multiple things to do. So from that, you are only telling that you do this
using this hyphen target basically. You can choose.
Target. Okay.
So if you go to the left side, there are modules, right?
Left side. Okay.
Modules. So you can see bucket is there, GCP composer is there, service account is there, right? If you do only Terraform apply, it will create everything.
So
but
can I go and see my account?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I have to go to cloud account, correct?
Correct.
So I have to search what?
Storage. Cloud storage.
Cloud storage, correct. So it is only ASR ATDH. What is this? This account. Yeah, I think is it this one? No.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. No, it's not.
No. We have only given ITDH. No, is it automatically appending test?
Yeah, because it's in workspace. So actually,
okay, we have created this test workspace initially, correct? Is it
right? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have created for test basically. So that's why you will see it appended with test. Because the point here is we are using environments. So you can create a dev environment, a test environment, a production environment.
So inside this, nothing is there. Maybe when we'll call that part, okay, the next code when we'll run, this will collect the YouTube videos and put it in this bucket, is it?
Yeah, if you provide this bucket name in your data
Okay, there.
equation, then it will put it here.
Okay, so next is this one, using PG admin. How actually we are doing?
So PG admin, I showed that on other machine. Do you want to repeat that again on your machine?
Can do that, I think. Or
Okay.
others already. Yeah.
Yeah. So Cloud SQL proxy have you installed? So
Sir,
I would
PG
suggest.
admin, can you repeat once? PG admin, yeah, how to create that?
So PG admin, how do you create this PG admin? What do you mean?
No,
How do
That
you
is done. Yeah, the
download.
installation is done. The creation of the account.
Okay, now you have to just connect with that server, right?
So you just run this command on your machine. I just sent you.
Okay.
That is to connect to the remote database. I just sent you a command, right? So I'll tell you what is happening. Basically, from your local machine, we are not making direct connection.
Okay.
So we are running a proxy, which uses your GCP credentials.
So
we already done login.
This I have to use in the same location. Okay.
No,
I
just
can run
open
anywhere.
terminal.
No?
Yeah, open
anywhere. No.
Where is your
where
Cloud SQL proxy? Have you downloaded that already or not?
Cloud SQL SQL proxy. I don't know. I don't think I have downloaded that.
Yeah, just search on your browser, install or download Cloud SQL proxy.
Okay. So have you suggested the first one you are telling?
Sorry.
Okay. Wait. So you are telling about maybe. Okay. What is that? No, you are telling this one, no? Cloud SQL.
Yes.
Yeah, I have already downloaded that.
Where is that? Where you have put that? On what location? On your machine, local machine, is it in download?
Home only I have downloaded.
So then run that command, it would work. Whatever I sent to you.
Yeah, I think I have also added to that user local. That should work. Yeah. So now I can paste it here, no? This one, no?
Yes. So just to give you an idea, there is a project name ASIRTDH, right? So since you are using service account, the account 1, right?
Okay.
That's why you have to give. Otherwise, it will be SIRITDH -3197, whatever is the ID. So the project ID goes there.
What about this TCP? This is common for all?
So open your console in browser.
Browser. If I will go, I will open the console. Okay. Not this one. Okay. So
SQL. Write SQL.
Here, no?
Wherever. I mean, write SQL.
What I have to write?
SQL.
So
SQL.
actually that code is
SQL.
run on your local machine. So whenever you want to connect with that database,
So
you have to
open
hit
this SQL.
SQL, huh?
Yes. So this is the name of the database, IITDH DB-test. That is what you are giving in the command. So if you go back to the command, open this.
You have already created the SQL database.
Yesterday we created, right?
Okay.
So the port number is by default 5432.
Okay.
So yeah, if you go back
so
to the command,
connection this one you are.
Yeah, this is the connection. Yes.
This connection name you are giving here, correct?
Correct.
Exactly. I am not wrong. So is it ready for new connection switching?
Yeah. So now open your PG admin.
Okay.
Now on the servers, right click on servers. On the left side in browser.
This one you're telling? No.
Yeah,
this
one. Yeah, right click. Create server.
Down one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can write in the name IITDH -1.
Hyphen?
So that you -1.
Okay.
Because you belong to 1. Okay. Connections. Connection. Connection. On the tab, there is a tab connection.
Okay.
Localhost will be localhost. Oh, sorry. Host will be localhost.
Localhost, huh?
Correct.
Local host.
In the password, so The username will be Postgres only. Password will be IITDH underscore work. Correct. Save password. That's it. Save.
Then save. Huh? Okay. So is it saved or?
I think let's wait.
Okay. What is it? Unable to connect to server.
Have you given the right password?
I think I have given the right password. Okay, let's write something here. Maybe right here. What is that?
IITDH
underscore WORK, correct?
Correct.
I have to open here, correct?
Yes.
Control V. Save, no?
So go to your terminal. Is it working or not? So it is saying new connection for. It is able to listen. So that means from here it is able to connect. So from your local to this, you are not able to connect, right?
Here it is not.
Sir, when it is done, it created IITDH underscore 1 on the left side servers. That will be the right one, right?
Okay, Mahesh, you have already done,
Yeah.
is it?
No, just now along with you only.
Yeah, right. It will create, right?
Yeah.
So what I have to do, Rajat?
Just press OK.
Will I use some different name, ITTH instead of one?
No, you can. Yeah, you can change it basically. Yeah.
Does he have already used it? No,
No, it doesn't matter. It's local on your machine. Connection. Go to connection again.
This is localhost.
Postgres password is correct. This is localhost. Okay, go to your terminal. Go to your terminal.
Okay.
Yes. Open another terminal. Another instance of terminal. Do telnet. 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 Localhost space localhost. Space 5432.
5432. Enter. Huh?
It is able to connect, right? So that means a password issue only.
Password I already have.
So this is service is running on localhost 543.
This is the password, no?
I think it is. I have not changed it.
IITDH underscore work.
Because other person also use the same.
No, that worked. Yeah, that worked. IITDH underscore work. That was the problem.
Same password only. I am also
Same
giving.
password. Yeah.
This is not required, correct?
No, this is not required.
Okay.
So is it working on your machine, Mahesh?
Yes, sir. It's working.
Why
No,
you are not able to connect?
You are using that PG admin 4 or 5?
This is page admin 4.
I should work then.
Will I have to change something here? No.
No.
I just now only installed this one.
So servers, it's fine.
Connections, localhost.
Connection local is fine because you're connected to a proxy. 5432 is fine.
5432 is
Postgres maintenance server username Postgres is fine.
This password also we are giving.
You are connecting to the local. Okay. Something is wrong with the password. It seems like.
No, actually,
Typing this one. TTH.
But is wrong, then it's so error about password. I think it's something with the PG admin, that app, because it's not able to connect with that.
So just go to your terminal. Go to your terminal.
Not
just control C. No, there only. Oh, new connection is establishing. Could not connect with your dialog connection. Connection timed out. This IP address it is trying to hit from 3307. Connect to TCP.
Jagbandhu?
Is it possible to create breakout rooms so that who are not in that stage, like probably we can discuss with others and we
That
can
will be
catch up
better.
to this one?
Yes. I will request maybe Lalaram to initiate the breakout rooms. Let Rajat and me in the main. Lalaram.
Okay, I'm initiating.
And initiate now.
What you can try, you just close that PGM and reinitiate that. I think that should work.
This one,
Sometimes yeah. Just close the.
And you can also try, like in other terminal, just try pSQL, because pSQL comes automatically
This one,
in your, on your other terminal. Just open another terminal. Yeah, it's already there. Yeah, pSQL, right? pSQL. pSQL, yeah. Is it there on your machine?
Enter, huh?
Enter. It's not there. Okay, I think
pSQL is installed, but he hasn't provided the host name and password and database.
no, it's saying it's no such directory. Oh,
Cannot
it's
connect
saying,
to server. It's installed.
Okay.
If
Let
it
me
is
give you the command. pSQL.
Lalaram, mute.
Sorry?
Mute.
Please put me in group number 6. I'm not.
This group number we have downgraded by 1. So maybe you will be assigned to group number 5, whoever in 6, who are taking 6.
Okay, can you please resend me?
Yeah, Rajat, what I have to do?
Yeah, I'm just giving you a command for pSQL. pSQL you already have.
Paste that command in chat.
Okay.
You have pasted already? Yeah, just try that. DB name you have to provide. I think let me give the DB name as well.
So you have already pasted it. Let me see. Oh, is it this?
Yeah, you have to change the database name. Just give me a moment. I'm just sending.
Okay.
So this is the database name. So database name you can change to this one. DB name is equal to this, basically, what I just sent you.
Okay, so I have to change in DB name, correct?
Correct.
So this is.
And port we don't need to give here.
Speech recognition group test, correct?
Correct.
I pasted that code. I think they missed while copying.
Which
no.
one?
The initial code, the closing codes.
Codes basically.
Closing codes. Okay. Is it fine now?
Right.
Yes. And the port number here.
This name I have to change, correct?
Yes.
Port, I think by default try to connect with 542.
But if I think
is it correct now?
Yeah, just enter.
Enter. Okay.
Password it will ask me.
Could not parse network address, localhost, name or service unknown.
Localhost colon 5432. Run this command again. No, no, no.
Okay, yeah,
Run that
actually,
command.
no,
Control C. Control C.
Control C, yeah. No, you want
Now
to,
run that command again with some change basically. Just
okay, so wait, this one, no?
just
This one only, correct?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, localhost colon 5432 you can write.
5432.
Yeah.
Enter, huh? So is that PS?
Have you stopped your Cloud SQL proxy?
Is that proxy I have installed.
No, that is it running right now or not? Can you check again?
Okay, so means you want to see me this one.
This is running.
Could not connect this one, no?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is saying it is running on 3307. Trying to connect on 3307.
5432 is this one, correct?
Yeah, sometime if port not match, then try to connect with other. But
so
just connect it again. Disconnect this also. Control C. Clear. Right, clear. And then run the command again.
This one? Is it correct?
Yes. Yeah, it is ready now, right? It is saying just instead of localhost, use this 127.0.0.0. Although it doesn't matter, but just
This
use
one.
the same thing. Yes.
This one, huh?
In your PG admin. Yeah.
PG admin, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have to start this PG admin again, correct?
Yeah. Okay, we also need to start other things. I think we are stuck here.
Okay, so we will finish this, then we can go.
We can take this later on because it's working on other machines. So maybe some.
Okay.
Just type password. What is your master password? Admin.
I think so. I have given some password. Yeah. So now I have to go to here.
Right click. Yeah. Create
server. Correct. Name some
whatever name you want to give.
ITDH1. Correct.
Yeah. In connections.
Provide to get port number. Correct.
Code number is correct. Host name 127.0.0 whatever is. Control V.
This one.
And just remove this remove 45432.
This one. 5432. Colon also.
Yes. In password write IITDH underscore
underscore what? Correct. Save password. Save. To check here.
It is now, I think. Trying to do.
No.
Oh, it is not connecting.
Okay.
Strange. Something is strange. I think we can take it.
Yeah. After the session, we will take it.
Sure. So
yeah, maybe.
Now what we need to do is we need to. So what we have done is so far we have installed all our created all our infrastructure. Right.
Correct.
Now what we need to do, we need to deploy all the code. So you have another repository which is audio to speech pipeline, right? Okay. So can you open that in your browser? Yeah, this
audio to speech pipeline, correct? So you want to open me in browser?
This repository. Yeah, intelligent data pipeline itself.
Intelligent data pipeline. It is already here.
Yes.
Okay, other parts I can remove.
Okay.
Correct. Just open that repository in the browser.
Okay, so here you want me to open that. Oh, here only, no, correct?
In the browser, basically. What I want to do, I want to fork this repository against your user
Okay,
ID.
okay. That GitHub repository you want.
Yes, just fork it.
Where is that? This one, no?
Yeah. Just open it the browser. From browser, I think we can fork it. Just go to your GitHub account. Yes. No, on browser, yeah.
Correct.
Are you logged in?
Fork
You are
it.
logged in.
Yeah, I have logged in. Correct.
Just do fork. We can fork on the right hand side and also give the star. Right
Okay.
now.
So
Just
I
press
can
on
do
the star.
I can fork it here.
Correct. So it will take some time now. Now this has become your repository as well.
Correct.
It is under your.
Hmm.
So that the reason I have asked you to fork it, because now you can use it for your Circle CI setup as well.
Correct.
So now open the Circle CI. So in the browser, I type Circle CI.
Means you are telling SQL CI, correct?
Circle CI, Circle CI.
Circle CI. This is,
Correct. Yeah, just log in to press on the.
This one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sign in. Login.
Okay.
Login. Sign up with GitHub. Yeah. Sign up with GitHub.
So what is this Circle CI means?
So I'll tell you basically. Let's
authorize, huh?
Yeah, authorize. Password.
Give my password, correct.
So people are there in the breakout rooms. Can we ask them to come here because we are doing this?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. We have to start that. Okay. So will we wait some time because others have not followed, no, till this point, or maybe 5-10 minutes? Then we
Sure.
come out.
Let's wait.
Let's.
Shall we have a break for some 5-10 minutes or not?
Yeah, if you want to break for tea, you can go and come back in between.
Okay.
Lunch time, Jagbandhu, you are giving now tea break. Then evening you will give lunch break.
1 o'clock already.
Then
Okay.
let's do the lunch break because we right now the other people are busy in other rooms. So.
Okay, so we will join again at it is 1 o'clock. So 2:15 we will join. Is it fine?
2:15. Yeah, I am fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Suryakan sir, thank you. Maybe 2:15 is fine, no, Suryakan sir?
Yeah, it is good. I am totally active. You must be noticing, right? It's good. Very nice. Sharp.
Rishabh, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Rishabh, are you there? Can you help me out that PG admin one?
Yeah, share your screen. Let's see.
Yeah. So my screen is visible.
Yeah.
So we'll go here. So this will be some IIT DH1. I have to. I have started here again. Correct.
Okay, so this thing isn't resolved. Like, what did Rajat and Hira said on like?
Rishabh.
Hello.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah. So I am asking you that like what did Hira and Rajat said on this because this is some IP issue. I think IP whitelisting or some issue.
Will it be issue of our institute end here? That's why now it is not happening. Is it?
Yeah, maybe that's the case. These institutional IPs are not whitelisted or in the organization.
One of my colleague also facing the same problem. Okay. Yeah, that may be the issue.
Yeah, that may be the issue.
Okay, so you are telling I can connect to my internet and see once. Okay. Mobile internet, correct?
No, it's not the issue of mobile internet or something. It's of this. We can say the access of that specific. Can say table or something.
No, access of specific table means.
That the DB you are trying to access now.
Okay.
So it may be issue of that access of the DB or something.
But the database we only have created, no, in the server. The database we only have created, no, in the server.
Okay, then it shouldn't be this thing. Right.
Because that DB whatever that Rajat have told, no, I have go to that. I think here you can go. I just tried. Google Cloud. Here something he have created, no? So there to go to console. This one, I think storage. This cloud storage. He's telling about this one, correct? No.
This is bucket. This is
No,
not
not bucket. Some another thing he told me. I forgot. What is that?
SQL.
SQL, correct. SQL.
You write AQL.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. So here only he told, no, he is giving this address, no.
Right. Okay. So you are not able to connect from your local. Let me check one thing. Give me a minute.
अलार्म ब्रेकआउट रूम आज सही से इनिशियलाइज हुआ था? हाँ
हाँ या
Yes. Like
Yeah,
yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, yeah. So, like, can you open a terminal? What
Yeah.
was the error?
Yeah, I will open the terminal. This is the terminal, correct? Or
So
new
it's
terminal?
running from which directory? Base. Okay. Like try running this after exiting this environment space. Okay. Like
Okay,
I
okay.
haven't tried any conda environment or something.
Yeah, this Conda environment is there. Maybe I will deactivate Conda.
Yes.
Okay, Conda deactivate, correct?
Conda deactivate, right? And go to your like root folder basically. Just simply cd and enter.
This is only root folder.
Root folder, no? Okay, then it's okay. Yeah, now try running this.
Correct, no?
Let's see if it's able to like make a connection with server or not.
Okay, so will I try here or only there only?
Let's see there first.
Okay.
Let's wait, like let it try making the connection.
So will we wait till it connection or what?
Yeah, we will wait. Also try like restarting PG admin and then pinging to the server.
I will start PG admin. Okay.
First close it, then again start it and like start setuping it from scratch.
Okay. So
close it.
I will leave it. Okay. So now I will go here. Open PG admin. Correct.
Right. Then click on servers.
Will I have to go to create server?
server.
Okay.
Then the name it anything you want.
Okay. So it's telling something, either host name and address or service must be specified.
The host name. Yeah, so then go to connections now. We need to set those things. So
Local host, correct?
port number is 5432. Like check from that Google console.
Google console. Okay, so this one you are telling. But to check.
Let me check. Yeah, it's 5432. Yeah, port number is right.
Okay. So
Then
now
content Postgres, enter password.
so this is IITDH_work.
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
Set password.
Yes.
And
Save.
save. Yeah, it is giving this one. Unable to connect server. Timeout extra.
What's the error? This. And what happened to that terminal processing?
Terminal. This one only. It is coming.
Is this running something?
Yeah.
Like, I think we need to wait for this to first like set up the connection.
This one, huh? Its connection is set up, no?
I think it's in the progress.
Is it?
Yeah, I think. Let's wait.
Scheduling refresh on certificates. So what is the actually the need of this one? Can you tell me?
Yeah, basically it's the DB, ne? So like when we process things, so we need to store the data and metadata for the future use case, na? So
Correct.
this will keep the record like which utterance is processed from SNR and which utterance is passed through audio analysis, and like what's the SNR value of a specific utterance, duration.
Okay,
Like
so this will be stored in this. Okay.
DB tables, right.
Okay, database tables.
Yes.
Okay, so to keeping track of all this DB table, we have to do this.
Yeah, basically like we need to keep record of like every single audio file that we have downloaded, processed, and like everything.
This is out, timed out. It is telling something.
Something is wrong on the
Dial TCP 34. This connection timed out. 3307. What is this?
service account.
I think I have the service account. No, I have not given any. Okay, so you are telling that should be there already in the Google Cloud, correct?
Yeah.
Will I have to check that? Maybe I will check that.
Like, are
To
you?
Google, another time this one init
Yeah. Like, are you
gcloud
inside
init.
that? Like, are you logged in with that account?
So you want me to do gcloud init, no?
G-Cloud auth login.
Gcloud
Auth login.
AUT.
AUTH space login.
This one, huh?
Hmm? Like haven't you like did this thing before?
Yeah, I have done that.
Yeah, then this should work. Like ideally this should work. This is strange.
This is telling TDH. Yeah.
Yeah, you are logged in with that account. Yeah. Now try again.
It's telling ready to connection, no? Okay. So when I am saving it, it is not happening, correct? What is this? Some error is coming.
What? No, it's in progress.
But here it is showing error, no? Timeout. Okay. This maybe we can go for lunch. It's 1:15.
Oh.
Will be reassemble at 2:15.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So should I close the breakout and announce the break?
Yeah, please.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we are going for the lunch. Okay. So officially, all of you can go for lunch, and we will gather again at 2:30.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks. Thank you all.